I got rid of a bunch of negative motherfuckers that needed to be out of my life.
Wow.
It was about removing that toxic bullshit.
What if Alicia Keys' perfect marriage isn't as flawless as the world believes? For years, she and Swizz Beatz have been treated like hip-hop royalty, the dream couple everyone envied, dripping in success, passion, and designer perfection. They built an empire on love, creativity, and power, or so fans thought. But now, Jaguar Wright, the fearless, no-filter former neo-soul singer known for lighting up the industry with jaw-dropping confessions, is pulling back the curtain, claiming there's a dark side behind all that sparkle. And if even part of what she's saying holds weight, it could rewrite everything fans ever believed about Alicia and Swizz's fairy tale love story. But here's where things get real. Jaguar Wright isn't some outsider looking for clout. She's an insider who's lived and breathed the music scene, sharing studios and stages with the biggest names, from The Roots to Jay-Z to Common.
The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. He showed up as the nigga that was with Big L. Yes. Big L was who put Jay-Z on. And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. Doing songs with Biggie and building a working camaraderie with Honeycombs. And then Biggie died, Tupac died. There was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z. And then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z. He will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Once respected for her powerhouse voice and raw authenticity, she vanished from the spotlight only to return years later with stories that no one was ready for. And now, she's calling out major names, hinting that what happens behind closed doors in the industry might be far darker and far more complicated than anyone could ever imagine. On YouTube and Instagram Live, Jaguar Wright has been dropping bomb after bomb, exposing secret affairs, manipulation, and some seriously powerful people hiding behind perfect public images. She's not holding back, throwing huge names into the mix: Sean Diddy Combs, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, and plenty more. According to her, the music industry isn't the glamorous dream world fans think it is. It's a toxic playground where the powerful get protection while real truth gets buried deep. Nothing is as shiny as it looks on stage.
It just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
Half of which dumbass bitch.
So, you know, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch bitch?
I think
she went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. You know, snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know.
At first, people brushed her off and laughed, calling her dramatic or unstable. They said she was chasing attention or making it all up. But then, shockingly, some of her craziest claims started lining up with stories that surfaced years later. That's when fans started asking the real question. What if Jaguar's been right this whole time? Maybe she's not ranting. Maybe she's just brave enough to say what everyone else is whispering behind closed doors. And when she aimed her next revelation straight at Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz, that's when the drama really exploded. On the surface, Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz looked like pure power couple goals, dripping in success, creativity, and unapologetic black excellence. Every red carpet, every glossy magazine cover, every studio photo screamed soulmates.
One thing I love about us is we're both very easy to speak to. I don't worry about speaking to him, even about the hard things. And I think he feels the same. Maybe I have to help coerce him a little bit and say, like, talk to me. I'm noticing that you're feeling something. Tell me how you're feeling. But I think that's just beautiful communication. Like, if you love somebody, you do recognize if something's affecting them, and you can help them find their way to what they think and what they feel. But overall, our communication is all about that openness, And so I love that. I know that I can tell him what I really feel. And I think that's the key. I spent a lot of relationships not really saying how I actually felt, and they fall apart. They're never going to last because you can't actually be yourself. If you can't speak your truth, then you can't be yourself. So that's a key. We have a lot of fun. Definitely. We laugh a lot. He's really silly. I'm really silly. We really enjoy that. We like to do things together. I think that's another beautiful thing about the family. We really like to do things together. We make it a point, even as simple as dinner, just eat dinner together, and we have our days that we eat and we have our conversations. I'm a big weirdo about the phone. The phone has to be put away. So when we have those space and the time where we can just put it down and be connected, it's really important.
They made it seem like their love could survive anything. But here's what so many people tend to forget. Their love story didn't exactly start off picture perfect. When Alicia and Swizz reportedly began seeing each other, he was still married to singer Mashonda, and that blew up the internet like wildfire. The drama was everywhere, and Mashonda wasn't about to play quiet. She straight up accused Alicia of being part of the reason her marriage fell apart. It was messy, emotional, and unforgettable. Over time, things seemed to cool off, at least on the surface. The couple rebuilt their image, turned the narrative around, and became one of the industry's most celebrated love stories. But now, Jaguar Wright is stirring the pot again.
Alicia Keys, you fucking goofy bitch. How the fuck they got you on The Voice anyway when you ain't got one? Run around stealing people's husbands and shit? That woman invited you up in her house thinking that you was an artist and you was coming there to steal her husband, Alicia Keys? And like I said, Swizz, ain't my fault you chose to marry a fake ass, stud ass, fucked up ass hoe. That ain't my fault. You had a wife. You already had a family. All of these things are true.
Claiming that what looked like romance was actually a calculated move. She's hinting that powerful insiders might have played a role in pairing Alicia and Swizz together for industry purposes. And if that's even half true, fans are starting to wonder, was this love ever real, or was it all part of a bigger plan? Jaguar Wright dropped a shocking claim, saying Alicia Keys' entire relationship with Swizz Beatz was engineered to control the narrative, not just for PR, but for something much deeper and more powerful. She didn't flat out accuse Swizz of anything, but the way she told the story made it crystal clear. Alicia's marriage might not be the fairy tale fans always imagined. And according to Jaguar, what we've seen publicly is just the surface of something far more complicated and controlled. For years, fans have noticed how Alicia always keeps things polished and private, maybe even too private. She rarely opens up in interviews, dodges personal or emotional questions, and keeps her family life under serious wraps. To some, that's elegance, the mark of a woman protecting her peace. But to others, it's starting to look suspicious. People are asking why she's so guarded, even now that she's one of the most powerful women in music. Could it be self-protection? Or is she hiding something bigger than anyone ever guessed? Jaguar took it a step further, saying some artists are silenced in their own homes, unable to speak or live as their true selves.
You think I don't fucking know what you're doing? I know what you're doing. Come and get me. I'll be in the desert, bitch. Fuck the Obamas. Bought and paid for. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy.
got me in the hospital, didn't you? I'm on the medication, ain't I? You gave me a story. 72-hour hold and a doctor and a judge, and I'll be right back out. That means I get to fuck all y'all up for free.
Do you feel like they're trying to silence you?
Of course they're trying to silence me. That's why they sent shooters to 87th Street. Harold's Chicken to try to shoot me down in the middle of the day.
She hinted that Alicia might be one of them, describing her as a woman trapped behind a polished image, afraid to break character. And just when that idea started sinking in, Jaguar dropped an even heavier truth bomb. Because let's be real, Swizz Beatz might be praised as a musical genius, but his past isn't spotless. Beyond the Mashonda drama, there's more to his story than the public's been told. For years, people have whispered about shady behind-the-scenes deals, hidden financial drama, and powerful connections linked to Swizz Beatz, the kind most fans never hear about. Some say it's funny how Swizz always ends up beside strong, successful women, yet somehow dodges all the heavy scrutiny himself. Could that be coincidence? Or is it part of a bigger manipulation game? Jaguar didn't drop every name, but she made it sound like Swizz's public image is heavily managed, polished to perfection for a reason. And the wildest part? According to her, Alicia's position in that story might be more scripted than anyone realizes. But this mess seems to go way deeper than regular relationship drama. Recently, fans have started noticing something strange, a kind of silence that just doesn't fit. For a couple that once flaunted their love with sweet captions and red carpet smiles, Alicia and Swizz have suddenly gone quiet, like eerily quiet. Those long anniversary posts and gushy duets, gone. These days, Alicia's feed is all business. Distant captions, work promo, nothing personal. And Swizz, he's been showing up at events solo, no Alicia in sight. Even joint performances that used to be their thing. Now she's flying solo there too. And then come the captions, cryptic little lines like, "Light can't live in the same place as shadows," and "It's okay to evolve without explanation." Some thought they were just poetic musings, but others saw red flags. Online threads and Reddit posts are blowing up with questions like, "Are Alicia and Swizz done?" Jaguar Wright says they are, and that this silence isn't random at all. According to her, it's part of a quiet, carefully managed breakup plan. In the industry, she claims this is how power couples fade, not with drama, but with strategy, lawyers, and image control. First come the excuses, then the silence. And suddenly, public appearances vanish while cryptic posts take over. If Jaguar Wright's right, this isn't random at all. It's the setup before the storm. She says the divorce talk isn't rumor anymore. It's a countdown ticking louder by the day. And now fans are finally starting to hear it. But what Jaguar said next left everyone speechless. She claimed that once Alicia finally walks away, everything could come crashing down. Secrets, lies, and all. Behind Alicia's calm and flawless image, Jaguar says there's a woman forced to live a script she never wrote. And walking away from that won't come easy. Not when contracts, NDAs, and powerful names are involved. Jaguar even mentioned cleanup teams, the kind hired to protect the image of elite couples, and hinted that if Alicia steps out, she might lose that shield completely. In Jaguar's own words, it was never about love. It was always about control. And now, that control might be slipping through their hands. Fast! At first, people called Jaguar delusional, even bitter. But as time went on, some of her wildest stories turned out strangely accurate, too specific to ignore. So now, when she points the finger at someone like Alicia Keys, even the biggest skeptics are starting to lean in and listen. And here's the chilling part. Jaguar Wright isn't just calling out a toxic marriage, she's calling out a manufactured illusion. She's claiming that Alicia and Swizz's love story wasn't born from passion, but from planning. That the whole thing, the smiles, the red carpets, the family photos, might have been carefully staged for cameras, fans, and headlines. Can you imagine? What looked like true love could have been a full-blown production, scripted for the public. When you look back at their timeline now, the perfect couple image starts to feel more like a performance than a partnership. If even a fraction of what Jaguar is saying is legit, then we've got to ask the real question. How much of Hollywood is actually real anymore? How many of those so-called perfect celebrity relationships are really just business deals dressed up as love stories? Behind all the filters, wealth, and flawless PR, how many stars are quietly living in golden cages? locked into contracts, image control, and marriages that fans idolize but insiders whisper about. It's got people rethinking everything they thought they knew about fame, power, and privacy. And then came Jaguar's boldest, most spine-chilling moment yet. During her latest live stream, she didn't end with a rant. She ended with a warning. Staring straight into the camera, she said, "This is just the start. More is gonna come out. You'll see for yourselves." That one line sent shockwaves through social media, because whether people believe her or not, one fact keeps haunting the conversation. Jaguar's words have a strange way of coming true. Over the years, her so-called rants have eerily matched up with real-life scandals. Arrests, lawsuits, broken marriages, and even buried industry secrets coming to light. Fans are starting to think maybe she's not exaggerating anymore. Maybe she's exposing. Now, Jaguar Wright isn't just stirring up gossip. She's calling out the entire machine. According to her, Alicia Keys' marriage is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. A web of power, manipulation, and image control that's been running the entertainment world for years. Jaguar says if Alicia ever truly wakes up and walks away, it won't just shake her marriage. It could blow up the whole industry. Because behind those picture-perfect smiles, lavish homes, and family photos might be decades of carefully protected lies, waiting to spill out in the ugliest way possible. And here's where it gets even wilder. Jaguar hinted that other female artists are quietly watching Alicia's situation unfold, and some might be getting ready to break free from their own perfect setups too. If that's true, we could be standing right before the biggest reckoning the music world's ever seen. Imagine what would happen if the truth came pouring out. Years of fake love stories, hidden deals, and controlled images collapsing all at once. This could be the calm before a massive storm that flips everything upside down. So was Alicia Keys' marriage ever built on real love? Or was it a perfectly polished illusion for the cameras? Are Jaguar Wright's wild claims actually exposing a buried truth that's been hiding for over a decade? Or is this just another explosion of chaos in the glamorous world of fame and filters? Either way, one thing's clear. The noise is getting louder. And once the truth starts spilling, there's no putting it back. Because when the lights finally go out, that's when Hollywood's real story begins. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Star Watch for the most shocking celebrity scandals, untold secrets, and real-time Hollywood drama updates.